Yo, yo, yo. It's Marky Mark's Tarot. Don't ask. Yo. We're looking at this thing. Got me squinting my eyes and shit. Fuck's sake. That's more better. Oh, man. People are so dumb. Expected by tomorrow. Expected by tomorrow. What? This don't make no sense. Hey, Jocelyn. Yes, I did. Had a good day. Thanks for asking. Hope you did too. This thing don't make no sense. You're a bit buggered. Yeah, there's always something to annoy us. All right. Okay. Let's see. me just figure out what's going on here real quick. I swear, people just never do anything properly. So friggin' annoying. Come on now. Oh my god. Hey, there we go. I swear, they make things so difficult. Okay, fine. It's sent. Cool. That's done. Good to go. All right. Cool. Do you know that yesterday when I was talking about that sale, right? It wouldn't let me buy it. So this morning I tried it again and it wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work anyway. No way possible. And I've ordered from this place many times. And I know it's nothing like, that can't be solved. Hey Marley, how you doing, sweetheart? So what I did was I called the contact information that they had, the online help, because they didn't have an online chat like most places do. So I went and called the place, spoke to a very nice young lady, and I spoke to her. I said, "Look, I'm having an issue buying this, tracksuit on your website." She's like, "Oh, which one is it?" And like I told her, she goes, "Okay, I got it. Yes, that's all right. I'll order it for you, and we'll just go step by step. All you got to do is give me your address, your information, and I'll order it for you right here online." And it all worked. She did it all for me. She says sometimes the website, because she punched in my information for the address, and she says, "Yeah, you're right. It's not allowing me to do it." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. This is the problem that I'm had is giving me an address problem." But I said it's asking for the suite number or the building number, and I'm giving it to you, and it doesn't work. She goes, "Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with the website. I'm gonna have to talk to the people about it, blah blah blah." So anyway, long story short, she sorted me out in 5-10 minutes, and she ordered it for me, and it's already on the way. So at least I got it, and I got it for half the price. So that's even better. And it all went smooth. So now I know in the future if that happens, I can just call there. And I left her a good review as well to help her out. So it all worked out. She ordered it for me. I gave her a nice review, and I should get it next week. Because the shitty part about Bermuda is when we order things through the United States, if we get it, some places don't directly send it to Bermuda. It has to go to the state. It has to go to a place in the States, right? I get all my stuff shipped to Delaware or to Florida. And it all depends on the website and the place and that they can send it to. And in some websites, they won't even send it to the redistributing companies. So they send it to Bermuda, which takes it even longer and more expensive. So some websites are a blessing to deal with, and some online websites are a disaster. And all because I live in Bermuda, it's a pain in the ass because some places don't deliver to Bermuda. So they deliver to, myus.com. I don't use that shit. But we have another one here called Mailboxes, and we have Bermuda Post. So those two couriers, like FedEx will send the package to that place, and then that place will send it to my address. And that's the only way it works. So we have to go through a lot of bullshit just to get something. Same thing with Amazon. If I order something through Amazon, if I get it, if the place sends it to, if the sender sends it to Bermuda, it's gonna cost at least $50 for them to send it to me. Then I have to pay an extra $20 to $30 just for the the customs, like so whatever I'm getting, I can pay way more than the item just to ship it here. So all around, it's a big pain in the ass to get something shipped here because it's Bermuda and we're not an American, place. But we live right next door to America. That's the sad thing. We're 2 hours away by plane, and it's a pain in the ass just for them to send us something. And then there's a place that I love to go to, and they don't allow me to buy stuff from their website anymore. And if I do, I have to get it sent directly to my house, and it costs $24 just for them to ship it to me to Bermuda, and it takes at least 3 weeks. And then when it gets here, I have to go to the post office, give them my invoice, and then I pay 33% of what the item costs. So if the item costs $100, I have to pay $33, or 33% of $100, which is around that. Yeah, it's bullshit, man. That's why I get so mad at all this custom shit and these all this stuff that we have to spend. Even if I sent somebody, if I were to send my deck of cards, right, this little deck of cards, if I send it to somebody in the United States through FedEx, I'm gonna spend at least $60 to $90 just to send it to you. So if I were to send Marley this deck of cards right now, it'll cost at least $60 to $90 by FedEx, where they FedEx it to her house. And I have to pay it, not her. She gets it for free. See what I mean? But I have to pay $60 to $90 depending on where the location is. But if I were to send it by post message, like if I were to put it in an envelope, I would pay like $10 to send it to her through the post office, which she'll get it in 3 weeks to a month if she's lucky. But if I FedEx it, it's gonna cost at least $60 to $90 because I've done it before. And I'm like, oh hell no. Fuck that. A deck of cards that costs $20 costs $60 to $90 to send it to the United States just so the person gets it faster. Yeah, it's more than nuts, and it is wrong. Yes, it's bullshit, and that's why I can't stand dealing with it, because everything I order I have to pay so much money on, and it's crazy. But if I can buy it in Bermuda, if I can buy something in Bermuda for less than I can bring it in for, then I'll get it. But if I can buy it in Bermuda, I'll buy it in Bermuda for less. You know what I'm saying? So for instance, I got a big miter saw and the stand, and I bring it in for $1,500 landed in Bermuda. But if I were to buy it in Bermuda, it'll cost at least $2,000. So I save $500 just bringing it in. Because when you bring it in, they put the markup. They can bring it in for $1,500 like me. But if they sell it in a store, they're going to put $500 on top of it, a markup. So they want to make $500 off of that saw, bringing it in for you to come get it at their shop. See what I mean? So it all depends. Like when you buy tools, you're better off ordering it, because if you buy it here, you're going to spend like an extra couple $100 unnecessarily just because it's a convenience. Because if you want it right now, see, that's why they do it. Because if guys like me, if I really wanted that saw right now, I would have to pay that money for it. I would have to pay the $2,000 because I need it now. Or if I go get a tool that's $100 more than what I can bring it in for, I would have to say, fuck, I need the tool. I have to buy it now. I can't wait a week for it to get here. You see what I mean? So like they do it on purpose to make sure that they make a profit off of you And that's why there's like a slogan going around in Bermuda, buy Bermuda. Why go anywhere else? Buy Bermuda. Yeah, buy Bermuda, all right. I ain't buying no fucking Bermuda. You fucking me over hundreds of dollars. I bring in so much tools and so many things for way cheaper than the store sells it for. Thank God I don't drink anymore, and thank God I don't smoke weed anymore and smoke cigarettes. Cause I'll be broke just thinking about all this shit. But you know what? That's why I stopped smoking and drinking because it's too expensive. It's ridiculous. When cigarettes became $11 a pack, that's when I stopped. I was like, oh hell no, I'm not spending $10 or $11 for no damn cigarettes. You must be foolish. Hell no. It's like $100 and something dollars a carton. And I'm like, fuck that. Hell no. Alcohol, everything's expensive. It's too much. So that's why I stopped. And I spent my money on tools and hats and clothes and everything else that benefits me and doesn't kill me. So yeah, it's been it's not, everybody thinks living here is great, but sometimes there's a little disadvantages when you need things, because Bermuda has a lot of things. Don't get me wrong, but you're gonna pay for them. If you really want something, they're gonna burn you. They're gonna like make sure they fuck you over for it. You can get a lot of deals here, that's for sure. There is deals like Black Friday deals, and you can get TVs and electronic shit for like good prices. But clothes and all that, you won't get no clothes here for no good deals. I'll tell you that right now. That ain't happening. Yeah, that's how much it is here too. It's definitely, and that's how much it is here. It's ridiculous. It's beyond crazy. It is. But you have to be very smart when you live in when you live here, because I figured it all out anyway, because I'm smart enough to shop at places where if you buy bulk, you'll save money. If you buy individual things, you're gonna waste money. So for instance, like if I go buy 12 rolls of paper towel, it's gonna be like $60 for 12 rolls, which is a deal because if you buy them individually, it's gonna be way more than that. So you save money if you buy bulk stuff. That's why they do that. So it's like, if you buy this big ass shit, it's gonna last you forever. And that's it. I wish I can eat fruit again, but fruit makes me get a rash on my face. Like it makes my face turn red. I get like, you know, like a reaction. Ever since I stopped eating fruit, my face don't go red no more, which is great. So I miss eating fruit, but it messes up my face. And it's annoying because my dad has like a lot of problems with eating fruit too. He doesn't eat fruit no more either. We used to love it, but it makes a reaction. Yeah. But as long as I'm not allergic to lobster, I'm good to go. I gotta have my lobster. I'm gonna have lobster tomorrow. Tomorrow I will have my lobster. But yeah, it's very expensive. A lot of things are ridiculous. Too much money for things. Um, I don't know what I can give you an example on, but like just food is very expensive. It's very bad. Yeah. But there is something, like I said, not everything is like super expensive. People complain about groceries, but the main expense for groceries is meats. So if you buy a steak, it's gonna be very expensive. You buy a steak, it's gonna be like $25 to $30 for a damn steak, and that's a filet mignon or something like that. You can get like two small little pieces for like 28, 25, $28. Between 25 and $30, you'll get two little pieces, which is not that bad, but it's bad enough. It was a lot less, right? So that price in that's probably going up at least $8 or maybe $10, depending. Fish has stayed the same. Fish and lobster has stayed the same price. It's not really like changed. That's one thing I love because I go to people that give me a deal. So I get fish and lobsters for a good price. So that's not a problem. The problem is like when you go buy steak, when you go buy like an avocado is like $3 for one fucking little bullshit avocado. And when they're on sale for like 199 or like 149, everybody goes and buys them. But if they're 299, and I've seen avocados as much as 349. So they fluctuate the price. When those avocados are 349 or 299 each, they will sit there, nobody will buy them, and they'll go completely rotten. And then or they'll go completely bad, and then they'll put them on sale for like a 149, as if to say, yeah, come get them now because they're all fucked up. We have to get rid of them. We have to make money off of them. So a lot of people here are getting like smart, where they're like, yeah, you want to charge us all this money? Fuck you. We're not going to eat 'em. You can sit there and they'll go black and they'll go all fucked up. Even got like little flies hanging around and shit. So like that's one of the most ridiculous. That's why I don't eat avocados anymore. I used to love avocados, but now they're too expensive. I'm not gonna pay 349 or 299 for some little thing that takes 4 bites to eat. Like, are you serious? Hell no. So that's one thing I can stand is that um what else is really like a package of bacon is like 10, $11 for a package of bacon. And like it used to be like $6 for a package of bacon. So that's bacon is doubled in price. That's one thing I know for sure. 'Cause I buy bacon all the time. Um, Cheese is like pretty much the same almost. Milk is the same. Eggs are always like 5, $6. It's like for 12 eggs, it's probably like $6 here, 5.99 for like white eggs. For brown eggs, it's like 6.89 for a dozen. But if you go to like a certain place, there's a place here called Price Right. You can get 18 eggs for 5.99. So you can get like 6 extra eggs if you drive to this place and get like, a better deal. But that's only if you eat a lot of eggs, because the expiry date on eggs is only for like a month. You have to look at it to see, and you have to store. Obviously, you got to get lucky with the batch you get. So there is deals in certain places. You just got to make sure you go there. Another thing that costs a lot of money is tinfoil. Tinfoil costs a lot of money. Toilet paper, I find, is the same price. It's not that bad. But like tinfoil, I find is more expensive now. I don't know why, but tinfoil is very expensive. That's Snapple drinks that I drink. Those things are $2.89 for that little Snapple drink that I drink. That you see me drink on here sometimes. And I love that drink. And I can't believe it costs $2.89. But if I drive about 20 minutes from here, there's like a bulk store, and I can get a bigger Snapple for $2. So I'm like, if I don't want, so it never really like benefits you in a way, because the amount of gas that I waste for that 20-minute drive, that's the 89 cents that I'm paying for that thing. So if I'm going to go get that bigger thing for less, I'm still spending gas to go get it. You see what I mean? Where I can just go down the bottom of the hill and go get it for 2.89. So if I drive 20 minutes, I'm still not saving no money. So you're still getting fucked because you have to go 20 minutes drive, spend more gas to go get a product that you can save on if you just went down the bottom of the hill and save gas. You see what I mean? So it's still bullshit. So where this place is that has the cheaper Snap on the cheaper stuff, I take my nephew to volleyball on Saturdays and Thursdays. So today he didn't go, but like Thursdays and Saturdays, this place is right next to his volleyball place. So if I go take him to go volleyball, I will go at the same time to this shop and go get those drinks. But I'm not just gonna go there and then come back and waste my gas and my time when I can just go on Thursday or Saturday when I have to take him to volleyball. So I can do it all one time. You see what I mean? So like there's always ways that I can save money and time, but you have to be smart and you have to like do it and be lucky to catch those bargains when you have a chance. Yeah, well, people with children is even worse. My sister spends $400 a week on groceries for her and the boys a week. And then I spend an extra maybe $100 helping my sister with food and things, and $100 for myself a week. And then, because the thing is with me, I don't, in the morning, I just have like a little breakfast, like sandwich, like an egg sandwich or egg and bacon sandwich or whatever. And the items I buy will last me like, to eat that forever, or a cheese sandwich or something like that. And my coffee lasts me a long time. And then lunchtime, I'll like have whatever. Like today, I had an omelet for lunch with some sausage and some cheese and some orange juice. So like all those, like I don't waste. I don't go buy food every day, like you know what I mean, at a restaurant, or I don't go to a place and that, because that's where you get burnt. That's where you spend all your monies when you go to a restaurant. Because when you go to a restaurant, you're paying double the price because you're paying for service, you're paying for food. But if I buy my own food, then I save a lot of money and make my own food. But see, I'm fortunate enough to work from home and work, in my workshop and do things so I can always make my own food. But if I had to go somewhere every day, I would probably pack a lunch, so I don't have to go nowhere and spend a whole pile of money. You see what I mean? So, and I'm not the type of person that goes buys restaurant food every day. That ain't happening. Because you never know what the fuck you're eating from those people or buying from these people. They don't care if that shit that they put in your food is outdated or shitty or fell on the ground. They don't give a fuck. I rather eat my own food. You know. So when I make my own food, like when I made that omelet for lunch today with some sausage and egg and cheese, and I made an omelet out of it, and that made me happy because I can see everything that I'm making. You know, it's not somebody else making it. I like to make my own food and know that I'm eating it. And then today I had a hamburger and a hot dog on the barbecue with a salad. That's what I have for dinner. And that's it. So it was great. So I don't really I had like a cheap food day. Like I'm not gonna spend like $30 on a steak every week or every other day. Hell no. I'd rather spend $60 on a lobster, and that's way better than having a steak for me. And that's every 2 weeks. I don't eat lobster every week, it's every 2 weeks. So I don't like to tear the ass out of it, you know. But I love steak, but I'm not spending no $30 on a damn little ass steak. But everything's expensive, and it's expensive everywhere. But I really hope that everything changes because it's getting too much. It's too much for people to deal with. Hey Dan, how you doing, bro? But you definitely have to be smart and shop around and go to places that have bulk things. And like here in Bermuda, on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, they have a 5% discount at certain grocery stores. And then there's another grocery store on Thursday that does 10% off your groceries. And there's another place that you can go to on Saturdays that's like a bulk store. They do like 5%. And then sometimes they do 10% off of certain things. So you have to be smart and just go to those places, and then you get something for free with that discount. It's like today I went to the grocery store and I spent $58 on groceries, and then my discount was 309. So 309 bought me a big bottle of water that I'm gonna drink for the next 2 days. You see? So like I got a big bottle of water for free that I can drink for the next 2 days because it's got a lot in there. So you have to like make sure when you do things, you do it right. That's all. Because the inflation and the expenses of everything, if you live amongst your means, even if there wasn't an inflation, if you live amongst your means, you're going to spend unnecessary money and you're going to waste unnecessary money. But a lot of people like to live amongst their means. So people, if you don't like to cook, you're gonna say, "Fuck this! I'm gonna drive down to the restaurant and go buy breakfast for $10. Then I'm going to go lunch. That's another $15, $20 for lunch. Then if I go out for dinner, that's like 20, $30 for dinner, depending on what you get. And a pizza here is ridiculous. That's another thing I forgot to mention. Pizzas, like a 10-inch pizza, costs $27 here. Where in the States, you can get like two pizzas for $27. Like people are outraged on the amount of money you spend on a pizza here. But it's not everywhere. It's only certain places. Like there's a place that I like to go to, but their pizza prices are ridiculous. For $27, I can buy toppings, cheese, and buy a pizza crust and make my own pizza and have some left over. You see what I mean? I can go buy uh um a 5 pack of small pizza crusts, right? For like $11. Go get the sauce, go get the cheese, and go get some pepperoni or mushrooms or whatever, or fry a couple slices of bacon and still be less than $27. And I'd rather make my own pizza. You can even more cheaper if you made your own dough and rolled out the dough to make your own pizza dough, pizza crust. So it all depends. Like all people are always crying about inflation and crying about like the prices of things. It's because you live amongst your means. If you live amongst your means, then you're an idiot and you're going to spend money unnecessarily, and then you're going to cry at the end of the week when you don't have any money. That's why you should never live amongst your means if you're going to cry about inflation and cry about the prices of of food. For lunch, you don't need to go down the road and get a hamburger, fries, and a milkshake. Eat a tuna fish sandwich with a bottle of water. It'll cost less. A can of tuna, you can make two sandwiches out of that. And go get some bread. Get a six rolls of bread, or get a loaf of bread. If you want sliced bread, make a tuna fish sandwich, for crying out loud. Go get some cold cuts. You don't need to spend $15, $20 on lunch every fucking day. Go eat a sandwich. It's less money and it'll last you for a long time. A loaf of bread and cold cuts will last you a whole week of sandwiches or more, depending on what you get, obviously. And it'll be a lot cheaper for you and healthier. Oh, nice, Dan. Enjoy. Oh yeah, men. A lot of men. The best. You know what's funny, Jocelyn? In my opinion, some of the best chefs in the world are men. But there's a lot of men that don't want to cook and wants a woman to do everything for them. And some men are just too lazy. They don't want to cook. They rather order food every day. My ex brother-in-law, he was famous for that, and he still does that. He spends he spends thousands and thousands of dollars on food every year because he don't cook and he refuses to cook. And that's why he's unhealthy, and that's why he'll never and he won't change because some people will never change. I learned from my mom, I learned from YouTube, I learned from other people, I learned from men and women on how to cook things. My cousin, he was a pastry chef, and he also did food as well. He taught me a lot of things, and then my other friend, he taught me how to make food. My mom taught me a lot about making food. And sometimes I'll go online and I'll see how somebody makes something. I'll be like, oh, cool, I should try that. Oh, yeah, that looks good. I can make that. But I learned a lot from my mom. She's the best, to be honest. My mom is the best chef cook in my life. My mom makes the best food. Even at her age, she still makes the best food. Like nobody can make it like her. I tried to make things like her, but I'm not that good. She just has that touch. But my mom loves to eat from me. When I make her food, she always says how good it is, and she praises me. That's one thing she'll praise me about cooking. She'll praise me about the food that I give her. Sometimes she'll say, "Oh, add a little bit more salt," but she says, "I know you don't like a lot of salt." I'm like, "Mom, you know me. I don't even use salt. I don't like. I use garlic salt or pink salt sometimes, but I'm not the type of person to or seasoning salt. Like I'm not the person that type of person to go like all over my shit. Like I want to taste the food. I don't want to taste salt. Like salt's good, salt's good in so many ways, but not drenched in my food. That ain't happen. But my mom, she likes to taste more salt, and because sometimes I'll give her fish, and she'll be like, "Oh, it could have used a little bit more salt." And I'm like, "Mom, you know me, I'm not gonna put a whole pile of salt on my shit." But she never complains about the way it tastes. She just says that it could use a little bit. I said, just sprinkle some damn salt on it. But that's about it. Your wife bothering you to make new dishes. It's always nice to make new things or different things or like change the way you make stuff. It's always, different to do. Oh, I know, Justin. I know that's something that a lot of women appreciate, but you know what? You know what I like is cooking together. Like if I had a wife or a woman or whatever, if I had a girlfriend, like I would want her, and she knew how to cook very well, and I knew that if I tasted her food and I'm like, yeah, she's really good. What I would do is I would tell her, look, I'll cook these days, you cook these days, or we cook for each other. We cook the same. You teach me how to do, your way. I teach you how to do my way. So if I'm not here, you can do my way, and you can do it this way or whatever. That'll be like the best thing in the world is if both of you know how to cook. So that way, both of you know what you're doing, and both of you can do the whole thing. Yeah, exactly. I never eat the same shit over and over and over. Hell no. I always make even when I make lobster, I always try to make it in a different way or try different things. Like last year, well not last year, but in like March of this year when lobster season was almost finished, I bought like an extra lobster and I said I wanted to deep fry it. I wanted to cut it in pieces and deep fry the lobster to try something different, you know? And I did it and I enjoyed it. I was like, I like it. I probably wouldn't do it again unless I had a lot. But like I did it and I was like, well, I'd rather eat it the other way. But I tried it deep fried it to see what it would taste like. And it was good. It's just that, I like it the other way. I like it, in the oven. But I said, you know what, I'm going to try something different. And I did. It's just like when I eat tacos, a lot of people put like salsa in their tacos and a lot of cheese and all this bullshit. I don't do that. When I make a taco, I put mushrooms, onions in the meat, and I put mayonnaise in my taco. I don't have no red sauce or no like salsa in my tacos. I put cheese in the meat all together. I put cheese, onions, mushrooms, because that's what I like. And then sometimes my nephew wants beans in his, like black beans. So I'll separate it because I don't want black beans in mine. So I'll make like the meat with the cheese and some seasonings and stuff. But we put mayonnaise in our tacos and put the meat in there because that's how we like it. So I eat tacos different from a lot of people. I don't want that red sauce all in my shit because I don't like that. I don't like salsa and red sauces and things like that. I don't like that stuff. I don't like tomato sauces and things like that. I like mayonnaise in my stuff. And people are like, what? You put mayonnaise in your taco shells? And I like ranch tacos or nacho tacos, things like that. I like making panini bread sandwiches with like chicken and bacon and mushrooms, onions, peppers, whatever. I'll make a burrito or something like that and press it in the panini machine so it has like that grilled mark and it tastes nice and crunchy. I know I make all sorts of shit. I make tuna casserole, tuna pasta. I love tuna. So I'll eat tuna pan fried in the can, cold, hot, I'll eat it whatever. It don't make no difference to me. Tuna is something I can make tons of things with. Tuna casserole, tuna pasta, tuna and potatoes, pan fried tuna, deep fried tuna. That's one thing. That's one specific fish that I can eat in any different way you want me to. Tuna is like chicken to me. You can eat chicken cold, hot, fried, deep fried, pan fried, barbecue, in a salad. You can eat it any way you want. In a casserole, it doesn't make no difference. I can eat it in pasta, whatever. Like tuna and chicken is my favorite. Like meats to eat with different things. That's something I always love. I have tuna in my freezer right now. I gotta give it to my mom so she can make it the Portuguese way. She pan fries the tuna and she makes like a wine sauce and she pours it over like the tuna. Oh my god, it tastes so good. I try to make it, but she makes it way better than me. So I'm gonna give her that tuna so she can make it for me. And I just go down there and we both eat it with some boiled potatoes, and it's like super delicious. And I take the potatoes and put it in the wine sauce, and it tastes so good. Oh my god! There's so many things you can make. Food is something that you can always find different ways to make it, different ways to eat it. I love eating certain things, but now that I'm older, there's certain things that like really mess up my stomach and give me heartburn or like I feel like kind of my stomach all feels like shit. So it's like you know. Oh, that's good, Dan. You actually got an apology from a doctor. That's a miracle. So that's to do with your foot. I told you, man, doctors are a fucking joke. That's why I don't. My doctor is Jesus, God. That's my doctor. He makes sure I'm good. So that means that your foot's gonna be okay then? I told you it's gonna be all right, bro. I have faith in that. I never saw bad things with that. I would have told you, but I'm glad that you deserve the best, bro. And you don't I don't want that to happen to you or to anybody. But I'm glad they gave you an apology. That's nice of about fucking time. Okay. Well, it'll go well. You'll be fine. I know you'll be all right. But that's good news. At least you got an apology. Getting an apology from a doctor is like a miracle. Oh man, Jocelyn, that's terrible. That's crazy. That's one thing. Like the last time I went to the doctor, I had food poisoning, and It was so bad that I went to the doctor, and they gave me some antibiotics. And I never go to the doctor but I was really bad. So I said, let me go to the doctor. Fuck it. Let me just see what they can do. So I went there, and they gave me some antibiotics. So I went home and took one, and it made me worse. And then I took another one, and I thought I was gonna die. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm not taking this shit. So then I called the doctor. I was like, yo, this shit made me worse. She's like, oh, well, take half. I'm like, I'm not taking any of this shit. The fuck did you give me? This shit's for humans or for fucking aliens or for horses or what? This shit made me worse. I regret coming to you. And no apology, no nothing. Oh, well, you must have a reaction to it. Duh. You dumb bitch. So I was like, you know what? After that, I said, I'd rather fucking suffer than go to a goddamn doctor and give me some damn pills that don't even work. I mean, fuck you. So you know what I did? I drank Gatorade, water, and I ate crackers. And I read that online. And that's what I did. And I got better within 3 days. Within 3 days, I had my appetite back. I lost almost 25 pounds in 2 weeks from that food poisoning that I got. That's why I don't like eating from restaurants. I ate steak, beans, cabbage, rice, and it had like these sauces. And I ate it and it tastes so good. And after that, bang. I didn't eat. I barely ate for 2 weeks and I lost like almost 25 pounds. It was ridiculous. I was sick as can be. This is probably like 2 years ago. Actually, no, probably longer than that. It's probably maybe 4 years ago. And I'm like, yep, never again. I know what I got to do next time. And you know what a lot of people don't realize is the natural things is what heals us. But people just don't believe it. They think that, oh yeah, I have to go to a doctor. I have to go get pills. No, you don't. If you do natural things, you'll be fine. That's crazy, Justin. I'm glad you're fine now, though. See, that's crazy, Dan. See that's why I don't trust doctors, man. I don't. I don't trust doctors. I basically like, almost got kicked out of a hospital. I really didn't get kicked out, but I had to leave, though. They didn't kick me out, but they told me that I have to leave because I was fucking off the doctor. This Pakistani doctor guy, he was like, he worked on my dad, and my dad was all fucked up, and he had like some machine hooked up to him, and my dad was like, "Oh, I feel like shit." He had to get a stent put in his heart, like in his thing, like I don't know how the fuck you call it, whatever. This is back in 2007, and I was busy, and my dad had that and stuff. My dad's had kidney stones like twice, but he's been fine since. But he had like heart problems. He's on medication right now. And that medication's killing him every day, but he just don't listen. And that's crazy, Dan. I can't believe she ended up with brain damage. That's nuts. That's why I can't deal with doctors, man. I just can't do it. And I told the doctor, I was like, yo, I want a referral because you motherfuckers don't know what you're doing. And he's like, oh, excuse me, sir. I know what I'm doing. I'm a doctor. I don't know. I was like, look, you fucking idiot. I can't even understand any word you're saying. I want to get a referral from my dad. You understand? I'm his son, and he needs to get out of here and get real treatment because you motherfuckers don't know what you're doing. You have no clue. So my older sister came, and she, like, the doctor says, "Oh, your brother can't be in here anymore because he fucked me off. He tells me I don't know what I'm doing. He's driving me nuts." And then I went outside and I started crying. And I was like, my dad's gonna fucking die. I swear, if my dad dies, I'm fucking this whole place up. So then I had to leave because I was like all mad because they didn't have any answers. And I get mad when people like beat around the bush and don't tell me what the fuck, and they're lying to my face. And I can tell if you're lying to me, and that pisses me off. And I hate doctors anyway. So anyway, my sister ended up getting a referral, and he ended up going to Baltimore for a week. And he came back, and he was perfectly fine. He got the stents put in his veins for his heart or whatever. He got medication, and he's been fine. And that was like in 2007. But he almost died. If we didn't get him out of here and get him to a better place, he would have been. Because Bermuda's a joke. Our healthcare system is a fucking joke. If anything bad happens to you, you have to get flown out. They don't do shit here. It's a fucking joke. You would think like we would have the best doctors or good doctors here because this is a rich country and we have a nice hospital and shit. But this place is a joke. It's an absolute fucking joke. And the reason they do it is because they want you to die. And I know that sounds harsh, but they really do. They don't care. If you're old, if you're like over 65, they want you to die. Because when you go 65, the government has to give you pension. So if you die, they ain't gotta give you shit. You see what I mean? The longer you're alive, the worse it is for the government. And that's the truth, whether you believe it or not. And that's why they don't give a fuck about you. That's why in Bermuda they don't have high tech hospital shit here and like serious operation stuff and things like that. They don't care. Like, yeah, fuck these people, let them die. You don't care. That's why they're all going to hell. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy the amount of like bullshit that goes on in this world. And if you say something, you're the worst person, or you get canceled, or you get this, or you get that. Yeah, well, go right ahead. Fuck you. That's why I pray to God every day that I stay healthy and I stay far away from hospitals and far away from doctors. Once in a blue moon, I end up going because I get, forced to go or something happens. But I pray to God every day, man, that I don't have to deal with that. That's all I ask from Him, to keep me away from fucking hospitals and away from doctors. Please. That's all I ask. And I'm glad He does. I can't stand that shit. See, that's another thing, Justin. It's your word against theirs, and then they'll find a way so you don't sue them or you can't sue them. And that's another thing in Bermuda, the same thing. It's like You can't really sue nobody. If you do, like, you're gonna spend more money, and then you're not guaranteed. You're gonna end up losing money. That's why I feel for people like who have bad problems and a lot of medical issues. I feel for them. I really do. I'm very fortunate, like, to have a family that don't have a lot of medical issues, and it runs in the family. We're not, you know, we don't have those issues. So I'm very grateful, because I tell people on here, how many times you hear me say on here that health is wealth, and I'd rather be healthy than have millions of dollars, because that's genuinely how I feel. I really don't care about like a lot of money and fancy things. I just want to be healthy. I don't want to be nowhere near no fucking doctor. You ain't cutting me up. No, no, you won't. Uh-uh. No, you won't. Fuck you. Uh-uh. No, no. That's why I'm glad I'm not a woman and get pregnant and give birth and shit. I don't want to go to no fucking hospital. I don't even want to, go to the hospital when you have the baby and hold your hand and see that whole fucking shit. No, no. I end up passing out if I see all that type of shit. I'll probably close. It's coming, it's coming. All right, I'll close my eyes. It's out? Okay, cool. I'll look. Okay, there it is. Good. Okay. All right, look at me. I can't see things like that. It fucks me up. I'll get all messed up if I see things like that. I'll probably pass the fuck out. I can't even be around a hospital or be around those things. It just grosses me out. I can't be around there. You know. Just the smell of a hospital, it irritates me. Oh, hell no. Dan, you'll be fine. Tell them that you go to Marky Mark's Tarot Wellness Center. Yeah, that's good, Jocelyn. If the health is better there, then that's a good thing. My parents, they have like yeah, I know, Dan. I don't mind. I don't blame you. But my parents, I tell, like, they got a bill from the hospital from a year ago and said that the insurance didn't cover it all. And I'm like, so it was like they had to pay an extra $455. So I paid for it, and I paid for it online. And then my sister was like, you know what? This is bullshit, because their insurance is supposed to pay for all hospital needs. So I don't know why these people sent this bill. So my sister emailed the lady and said, yo, what the hell is this bill? Like, my brother paid for it, but he shouldn't have. And we want a credit back, because this isn't right. So she called my sister and said, "Tell your brother we're gonna send the money back to him, because somebody made a mistake. The credit people made a mistake. And you're right. The insurance does pay for the whole hospital bill." So my mom and dad's happy that they're gonna have an extra, the extra 450 back that I paid for. So I told them, when I get it, I'll just give it to you. So yeah. Such a pain in the ass. I wouldn't pay. If I didn't say nothing, we would have got fucked 450. But thank God my sister knows the deal. I paid for it because it was due that day. So I didn't want my parents to get in trouble. And they don't do online banking. My parents don't even have a computer. They never ran a computer a day in their life. So they're not they're the my parents are the type of people that they're not computer any aware of anything. And my dad has a flip phone. They don't care about no internet shit, no computers, no nothing. So thank God my sister called the credit place and got the money back for me for put back in my account. But so my mom and dad are happy that they're getting the money back. I told my sister, look, I paid for the bill right away because it was due that day and mom didn't know. Even with glasses, they can barely see things, right? So, because my mom had like 10 injections in her eyes for cataract and it made her eyes worse. She's mad at that. The doctors fucked her eyes up and they won't admit it. But she said her eyes are worse now than they've ever been. And I'm like, that's why I told you, mom, not to do that. But no, nobody listens to Mark. Mark is a dumbass. Yeah, I don't know anything. You keep thinking that. I've never heard of such a bullshit thing in my life. You got cataract in your eye and you get injections in your eye? What the fuck is that? I never heard of something so stupid in my life. There's gotta be another way. You should be taking like eye drops or something or something like injections. Oh hell no. I already knew that. I already knew that shit was bad. But nobody listens to me. They hear me, but they don't listen. I mean, fuck that shit. I wish I didn't have to wear glasses, but I can't see close. I'm nearsighted. I'm nearsighted, like I can't see up close, but I can see far away though. I can read everything far away, but not up close. Up close, my eyes are like all messed up. But I can see perfectly fine now with my glasses. I use them a lot more though. And my client, he's 74, and he says, "Wait till you get my age, Mark." And I'm like, yeah, I know, I know. My dad's gout's better actually. He drove up here today to visit, and he says he's feeling better. So I'm glad he's feeling better. Thank God. He's been bad for he's had bad gout for 2 weeks straight, and I told him stop fucking eating bullshit and drink a lot of water. Flush your fucking acid out, and use Epsom salt and things like that. Finally he listened, I guess, but he feels much better today. I'm glad. But he does it to himself. He had his middle finger is like twice the size. He's got to get it cut open and operated on, and he won't do it. The doctor says you got to get that finger operated on. And he's like, "Hey, I don't know. It's my right hand. I need it." Nah, nah. And the guy's like, "Well, if you don't want to do nothing, then it's gonna stay that way." And he's so freaking ignorant. He just doesn't want to do it. And him getting operations is very, it's a high risk because he's on medication. So he says it doesn't bother him that much. And I'm like, oh well, whatever. Yeah, he's okay. He's still stubborn and crazy. And that's about it. Can't tell him nothing. My mom, she has vertigo. And when she gets vertigo really bad, she falls. And thank God when she falls, she doesn't hurt herself because 3 years ago she broke her elbow when she fell down in the city. And thank God people helped her at the time. But she fell down this year twice, but she fell down outside on the grass. And she says it wasn't that bad. But she hasn't had vertigo bad for a while now. And I keep telling her, "Mom, you have to drink water. Like drink more water." She's like, "I can't." I'm like, "You're so fucking." Well, it's hard for me to watch them in pain, but it's also like frustrating. It's not like I don't feel sorry for them anymore because they don't want to do nothing to make themselves better. Like that's the thing. It's hard for me to watch them in pain, but you can do something about it, but you don't want to do nothing about it. And when I tell you what to do, you don't give a shit. So it's like I'm talking to the wall with them. So I just don't pay it any mind anymore. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I tell them, yeah, I'm in pain too. My back hurts, my legs hurt, my hamstrings are like, you know why they call them hamstrings? Because mine are literally on strings right now. My legs are in my hamstrings are in bad shape, and it's all the years that I've been on ladders. Um, I do a lot with my legs. Like my legs are always constantly going. Today I went for like a walk for like 10 minutes, and like my hamstring was so tense, like I almost couldn't even walk anymore. Well, that's the ignorance and stubbornness of a lot of old people. A lot of elderly people, they give up. My parents are on give up mode. They don't they think that whatever the doctor tells them is right. And when I say something to them, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know life. I don't know anything. But meanwhile, I'm the one that's the healthiest. I can be even more healthier, but I'm not, I'm at the age right now where I've bust my ass and my hamstrings um are just they from time to time, like I've been on a ladder a lot this week because I've been painting like up top and doing some ladder work. And over the years of me working hard, my hamstrings and my legs are like begging for mercy. Yeah, the pool does bring me relief, but I haven't been in there for a week because the water's been too cold. It hasn't been hot here anymore. And I have a water heater in the pool, but it's too much money like to run it. So I just like whatever. Yeah, exactly. Um, I wouldn't say I'm into it, but I've heard of it. The only way I'm gonna get better is if I don't do anything. Like I don't work. And that's impossible. I have to work. And the only other way I'm going to get better is if I walk every single day for like a half an hour and go to like a specialist where they can like take an x-ray or somebody who can feel my legs and see what's wrong and shit like that. I know what's wrong, but like I don't want to go see anybody because I'm not, dude, I don't want to do that shit. What gives me a lot of relief is continuing to work and do certain things. The more I stretch, the worse it gets. So what I do is I try to do everything in moderation. Like I'll do some ladder work and then I'll do some ground work and then I'll take a break and then I'll do other things and then I'll like okay, I'll walk for a bit to see if it'll make me feel better. And it does. Then I took an Epsom salt bath just now before I came on, and I feel relief when I get Epsom salt baths. I feel the relief because I don't want to take pills and things like that. I do when it gets bad, but a massage helps, but I'll be sore for like 3 days if I get a massage, and I don't want to feel sore. It's bad enough. I have the pain in my hamstrings like that. So it's like where my ass cheek is, all the way down to the back of my knee. That's where my pain is. and it's on the right side more than it is on the left, because I tend to like lean more on my right. So like I don't have sciatica anymore. I got rid of that, but it's from lifting things. It's from, ladder work. It's from like working hard over these past few years that I got this feeling. My back from time to time will feel very stiff, and when I do strenuous things, but it's mainly my hamstrings that are bad, very bad. Sometimes some days it's like, what the hell, how can I even function? And some days it's fine. So it's weird, but it usually gets worse when I'm on a ladder. When I'm on a ladder and I get off that ladder, and the next day or a couple hours later or the next day, I'll feel the pain more. But that's the life that I choose to live. I like to work hard. I like to do things. I have to go on a ladder. I have to like work. So it's not like, like I'm in pain every single day and I'm dying or something. It's just life. Our body. Our body is our body. My body's been beat up for many years from doing work. And yeah, a brunette with some muscle rub would be great. But I like massages, but it's just that it doesn't really do it makes things worse for a couple of days, and then it'll go back to shit again. And I'm not gonna spend all that money on massages every fucking week and every day and all that bullshit. At the end of the day, the only way I'm gonna actually heal completely is to stop working for like a whole month or two. Like completely stop working. And I can't. I'll be bored out of my fucking brain. And it's impossible for me to be off for like a month or two. Not because of money or anything or bills. It's because like I'm gonna drive myself nuts. I have to like be physical. I have to work. I have to like do things. And sitting on this chair for like hours is not helping either. But at least I'm not doing anything strenuous. So I always say like I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna take a break, but I do take breaks, but not enough. Yeah, I don't mind a blonde. Blonde would do it for me too. I actually have one of those massage guns, and I should use that. Like I should lay down and use that massage gun on the back of my hamstrings and see if that'll help me. But I found that when I was in the pool stretching every day, it kind of made it worse. But what helps me when I go in the pool, I sit on a noodle and I float and I act like I'm riding a bike, and that helps me a lot. But I haven't been in the pool for like over a week because the water's too cold. So, and it's gonna get cooler now because summer's starting to deteriorate slowly but surely. And it's too expensive to run the water heater just to go in the pool. So now that it's getting cooler, I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do, and that's gonna go walking every day for half an hour. Because that's the only solution to every problem is to walk. If you walk every day for like half an hour, you'll get better. So now that it's getting cooler and the days are getting shorter, I'm gonna wait till like daylight savings time, and like right before it gets dark, I'm gonna go for my walk every day. And I'll take you guys with me. I'll go for a walk in certain places, and I'll take a video and go live and tell everybody, hey, everybody, I'm on Instagram, Or I might go on YouTube as well and be like, hey, look at me. I'm here at this place. I'm walking around here. This is a place, blah, blah, blah. I'll give you guys a sightseeing tour while I walk. But soon come. Daylight saving time is, I think, next month. But it's starting to get darker sooner now. Like around 7:30, it gets dark here. So once it gets cooler, I'm gonna have a great time. I can't wait. I can't wait. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I find that when I walked every day for half an hour back in the day, my body got a lot better. I felt so much better. But walking in this heat is a no no. Like, I can't walk in this shit. It's too hot. And I don't want to be sweating crazily. I sweat all damn day. I don't want to be sweating all damn night either. So I'm gonna wait till it gets cooler and start. If I start like the end of this month, by the time Christmas comes, I'll feel a lot better. So that's my plan, and I'm gonna stick to it. I'm here live telling you, and if I don't do it, you guys keep telling me you ain't walking yet, Mark, and keep making me feel guilty. Like, Mark, are you walking yet? You said you was. Come on, Mark. You told us to pressure you to walk. You better go walking, Marky. Let's go. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm gonna go. I'm being serious. I'm gonna walk now. I definitely will do. I'm looking forward to it actually. I really am. I'm really looking forward to like, you know, yeah, I have the best legs in Bermuda. I already have the best looking feet and toes. My nephew was laughing like crazy. We were outside sitting on like the chairs out by the pool. This was like Sunday or this was on Sunday, I think. Yeah, I think it was Sunday or Saturday. We were out by the pool and I was sitting down and we were both barefooted. And I said, look at my toes compared to yours. Look how beautiful these toes are, how they're all in the same line and how they curve down. None of them's bigger than the other, like how yours is. So you got your mother's toes. He starts laughing, right? He goes, yeah, but you got hair all over your damn feet. I say, that's because that's because I'm older than you. I got a lot of hair. He said, don't worry, you'll get it too. And then I said, but just look at those toes. Look how beautiful my feet are. So he starts laughing. I always talk shit about my toes because I know a lot of people that have like their big toe and then their second toe is longer than their big toe. And that looks fucking like alien like. So I always diss people that have long toes and shit, overhanging their flip flops or overhanging their slides and shit. We got them ET alien looking toes. I always talk shit about people's toes on here because mine are perfect. See? Mine are like all the same size and they all go like that. So I always talk shit about my feet. I say, you guys want to see real feet? I can't show you guys. I'll get in trouble. People be jealous. Anyway, let me stop talking shit and go the heck to sleep. It's already 1 o'clock in the morning. Yesterday I got my bed really late. But if I don't get in my bed late, I don't get a good sleep. All right, let me get out of here. I'm gonna go get some sleep. It was good talking to you guys and talking shit as usual and having fun. I'll see you guys tomorrow at some point in time. I should be here. It's supposed to rain tomorrow here, so I might be on during the day. We'll see. The weather's been weird lately. Uh, but anyway, yeah, I might be here during the day tomorrow. We'll see. I might stop by. But yeah. I will see you all tomorrow. You guys have a good night. Jocelyn, take care. Dan, and whoever else is in here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And have a good day and good night tomorrow. A good night tonight and a good day tomorrow. Dawson, I already know you're already in the future, so you enjoy the rest of your day. All right, take care.